It's the 14th of March 2015 and I'm just going to Barbican Jewellers to catch up with Debbie and Monica, her mother. Hello.
Hello, Chris.
How's it going, Monica?
Very well, thank you.
Where's your daughter?
My daughter's just stepped out of the shop for a minute.
So, how long have you been running Barbican Jewellers?
I started the jewellery shop in '97.
Yeah.
And I continued. I buy, I sell, and I do repairs as well on costume jewellery. I continued until 2014 when I decided to retire.
Yeah.
And handed over the keys to my beloved daughter, Deborah.
And I spoke to Deborah just over a week ago.
You certainly did, Chris, and she gave you lots of detail on what I is sold in the shop.
So how did you get into jewellery selling in the first place?
So I started buying and selling jewellery back in 85.
Yeah.
When I did it, I bought costume. Everything was costume then. First, old costume jewellery.
Yes.
I enjoyed buying, but I was a bit apprehensive about selling. But my beloved husband helped me quite a lot with this business. When I first started, I started doing fairs in. I had a quarter of his table, which I started on at Tavistock.
Yeah.
And different other places. And as I was buying, it got bigger and bigger, and ended up having to have a table on my own. If it wasn't the encouragement of my beloved husband.
What's your husband's name?
David.
And
he wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't have started this today.
So how did you get into the house that Jack built, which is in Plymouth Barbican on South Side Street? How did? Sorry, I was just telling people on the video where the house that Jack built is. It's in South Side Street in Plymouth Barbican.
I did 30 years of nursing.
Yes.
Decided to give it up, and a shop was going in the Barbican, a house that Jack built. I decided that I would try and sell it in the shop. Fortunately, I've done very well. I moved from a middle shop to the shop I'm in now.
Yeah.
And I've enjoyed every minute. But there comes a time when you feel it's time to give up and have a bit of time with your husband.
Yeah.
Which I have done. And I'm enjoying my retirement. I don't like the cold weather, so come the summer I'll be out and about.
It's been long and cold this winter.
Yes. I enjoyed doing this. I told my daughter I was going to give up.
Yes.
And she wanted to take over, which I'm glad really, because the shop is a lovely shop, sells everything, a bit of everything, and I think she'll do very well once she builds up her own customers.
So, are you from Plymouth originally?
I am from Plymouth.
So you've seen a lot of changes in the city?
I have, very much.
Is it for the better, or?
Some for the better, but not all.
Yeah.
The awful thing about Plymouth is the government that's in, councillors that's in, don't listen to the people of Plymouth.
Yeah.
And I wish they would.
Well, I've been here 20 years and I've just heard the same rhetoric coming out of the council.
Yes.
And people just can't survive like that, you know, like I said, we've had long conversations in the past. And I said the infrastructure's not been put in place, which is the high paid jobs to make it work.
That's right.
So the Barbican's been struggling for many years, you know.
I did hear the council is not permitting any more bar licences, which is a good thing for the Barbican.
Yes.
I think there's too many calves. And
seems to be all or nothing, doesn't it? It's
yes.
like, you know, in the olden days it was all nightclubs, and then they brought in the trouble and the drug problems with them, and then it became all bars, and now it's all massive building with no real thought behind it.
No, it isn't.
And no infrastructure to sustain it, from what I can see. And, you know, if they're not careful, it's all going to collapse like the bottom end of town.
The Barbican needs... Update the Barbican by all means, but keep the little shops, the individual shops, not have pop-up calves in eating places. It spoils the Barbican, too many calves in...
So how did you get into nursing?
When I was young, I always wanted, when I was a little tot, I wanted to be a nurse.
Yeah.
I didn't begin my nursing till I was 29.
Crikey.
Before that, I got married and I had a young daughter, so I couldn't pursue.
That was Debbii.
That was Deb.
Yeah.
And I couldn't pursue a nursing career, but once she became 10, my husband and I talked it over, and we talked it over with Deborah, and I decided to go for nursing.
And what area of nursing were you in?
I was in gynae.
Yeah.
Radiotherapy.
Yeah.
Which I enjoyed very much. There was lots of aspects of nursing that I did enjoy when I was training. It was hard, but it was lovely.
Yeah.
I used to have a good few laughs in, but it's changed. It's changed so much.
Well, the whole industry in the UK seems to have become ruthless, doesn't it?
Yes.
The soul's gone out of everything.
They need to leave. They need to leave the National Health Service to the people who know and work there.
Yeah.
Not interfere. Make suggestions by all means, but not the nurses are on their knees because people have left, they've not replaced them. It is a service for the people, and if the National Health Service was run correctly,
yes,
it would survive. I hope I never see the day will come when it will be a private enterprise, because it should never be. A good man back in 1948 produced the National Health Service for all people of Plymouth. Now, if they need to make a small charge for prescriptions and necessary procedures, please, please don't let the National Health Service go private.
So do you miss being a nurse?
I missed it in the beginning, but once I started doing jewellery, it just faded. The first week after I left, I wondered what I'd done, whether I did the right thing in leaving nursing. But once I got the little shop up and running, it faded.
So who's your daughter Debbii anyway? Hello Debbii, how are you today?
Hello Chris.
So just been having a talk with your mother about nursing.
Oh yeah.
So she looked after you when you were little?
She certainly
with all
did.
your ailments and everything?
Oh, I was a really healthy child.
Oh, I didn't mean it that way, you know. I meant if you were ill, she'd be able to sort everything out for you.
Yeah, she did.
So what are the plans for the future? You've handed the business over to Debbii.
To Deb. And I hope Deb...
And it's been going well?
Hopefully it will. Deb's a bit apprehensive at the moment.
Yeah, it's been a long winter, hasn't it? And like we said,
yes,
because I think all the small traders in Plymouth have been suffering this winter.
Yes,
because everybody's been tightening up financially.
But I think people will come off the internet.
Yeah.
And realise that they got shops that they can go and look at their goods, feel their goods.
And have a friendly chat with the owners.
Have a friendly chat with the owners. I think once you go on the internet, you lose contact with the outside world.
Yeah.
It's the communication. You haven't got
humanity goes out of everything.
Communication. And buying off the internet is a wonderful invention, but hopefully, perhaps not in my time, it will return to people coming and seeing things.
Yeah. And
looking to see what they can buy and look at the items, whatever the items are, big, small, all over the place. It would be nice if people, you can talk to them, get feedback from them, but at the moment, unfortunately, people are sitting on the chairs at home and doing it on the internet.
Yeah.
But me personally, I like to go and see what I'm buying.
It's also getting out and getting exercise. When you're at home all the time using the internet,
yes,
you know, you become very unhealthy very quickly.
That's right. I like to get out and about and look around and see what other people are doing, what they're selling. And
yeah.
The prospects in the house at Jack Built is good, because you've got little individual shops that sell some nice items, old, new. We've just acquired a painter who's come into the Barbican, which is very nice.
Yeah.
So please come down to the house that Jack built and have a good look around. We're quite friendly. We're all friendly down
Especially
here.
if you buy something.
Not necessarily.
No, I'm only teasing.
If you want to come in for a chat, please do. We'd love to see you.
Thanks.
And so would everybody else.
Thanks a lot for your time. It's nice to catch up with you again.
And you, Chris.
Cheers.